This really annoyed me about Army of the Dead. Am I the only one? Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and look, Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, I don't think it's a failure. It's been trending #1 on Netflix, so congrats there. This isn't an anti-Snyder video. I just wanted to complain about one aspect of this movie. If you want to see my full review where I don't talk spoilers, you can go on over to Movie World and check it out. The Army of the Dead review is right there, thanks to all of you who've already watched it. In this review, I am going to get a little bit more spoiler heavy. Before I do, though, before I go there and before you click out and you're like, I don't want spoilers, I want to say something I did like. Something I was incredibly impressed by, which was this. Tig Notaro replaced Chris D'Elia in this film. Now, whatever your opinion is on that, that's besides the point. Chris D'Elia, I think, has some serious accusations against him still to this day that make me question things about him. Accusations that I'm not cool with, if true. Although he has a right to defend himself, we shall see how that all plays out. But I can see why the filmmakers were worried. Beyond your decision on them replacing him, what's amazing is the fact that they did it and how they did it. If you watch this film, I thought Tig Notaro was very funny in the film. She's a good stand-up part of this character. I would see her again in sort of an action role like this. I think it was a good opportunity for her, and kudos to Zack Snyder for casting her. This piece in Vulture is fascinating, breaking down how they did it. He had to go through and reshoot every section that Chris D'Elia was in and recreate it with Tig Notaro. Now, there are a few shots in the film, if you're paying attention, that are seamless. It looks really damn good where she's in part of the team, walking with them, standing with them, etc. The parts in the helicopter, that to me was kind of easier to see how they could have done it. But you got to remember, they got to sync it, time it, light it, just like they did for the rest of the film, which, remember, Zack's shooting with all that out of focus sort of style that he does. So the fact that they were able to pull this together was pretty impressive. And there's a whole piece here breaking down how they did it, how expensive it was, and the complicated nature of it that you can go learn for yourself. But before I get to what annoyed me, I did want to try to be positive a little bit and say something that was kind of cool. And watching the film, I have to say, I was quite impressed with the technical achievement of placing her in the film. Who would I bet you there's a lot of you who watch who probably didn't even know that she wasn't there for any of the filming. She didn't work with any of the castmates. She was added digitally later, and it just goes to show you how the future of filmmaking will soon be. Of they don't even need these actors there. They did this previously with Kevin Spacey and replacing him with Christopher Plummer, but in that one they actually went and reshot a lot of stuff with the talent. This is the first time I can think of where they went and they reshot the movie and took an entire part out, digitally erased him, and then reshot an actor, and then figured out how to light them in, do the depth of focus. Anyway, long story short, quite an impressive feat, so bravo to Zack Snyder and team. Now, that said, getting to the part that annoyed me, which, do I have my thumbnail here? I thought I did. There it is. Getting to the part that really annoyed me about Army of the Dead. Now, if you haven't seen the film and you don't want me to spoil sort of a portion of the plot, now's your time to dip out. Before you do, can you at least subscribe so you come back here to Popcorn Planet? Hit that bell for all alerts. Smash the like button while we're here and leave a comment down below. Now, to get you guys engaged on the thing that annoyed me, let's talk about it. Okay, I'm hoping you guys at least saw the film so we can have a discussion here, a spoilery discussion about Army of the Dead, which has been trending. A lot of you I know have been watching it. Some of you disappointed. Some of you having fun with it. Here's what really bugged me about the film. All right, so you have these two characters. You have Lily, the coyote, and you have Martin, the seeming bad guy who is working for, what's his name? I have it here, Tanaka, the money, and Martin's sort of the guy who comes from the, who's in on it, working with the head of the company that you assume is going to be bad. Even the characters inside are talking about, we clearly shouldn't trust you. Obviously, I think Tig Notaro is the one who says, like, we should be rewarded for not letting you live, so we all get more money because we don't know what your intentions are. All valid sort of action trope that was, expected. And while if you go into my review and watch my review, you'll see I was frustrated by some of these cliches of the film. The more I've sat with it, what bugs me even more is the fact that Martin takes Lily on a side mission. Now, this film's all about this heist, right, that they're going to go see. This heist to take the money from the vault. We then learn that there were other teams that failed up until that point that Tanaka had sent them on. There's even a question of a time loop at some point that Vanderho brings up about, like, it's all a time. Imagine that's us, man. And there's theories online that show that the dead bodies charred by the safe actually line up, judging by the outfits, with Batista and everybody in the cast, which is kind of just what? But while they're all doing that and they're getting the money and everything else, Martin takes Lily, the coyote, on this side mission. And it gave me serious pause the more I thought about it. Someone actually talked about this in the comments, and then I looked at it and I was like, yeah, wait a second. Why did Martin and Tanaka send all these other people and Batista and get them lost in the safe part of it when the goal of the mission was to get the zombie head? I mean, he says, oh, well, screw the money. We don't care about the money. We want the zombie head because that's more valuable than all of it. Well, then why didn't you tell him that? What's the point of sending in this military who's killing a zombie? We need you to go kill this zombie and take the head because we want to do research on how to never have this happen again. You don't have to tell them your evil motivation that you're going to recreate the super soldier. Of course, that would be stupid. I can see why some people, well, that's not good. I don't want to do that. You don't tell them your motives, but why wouldn't you at least make it clear, like, all right, we want a bunch of mercenaries to go in and we need it. We hear there's an alpha zombie. We need to figure out how this happened so we can get the brain, the blood, and we can build a vaccine for it. You know what I mean? Like, we could build some sort of, there's so many ways they could have creatively made it seem like a mission for good and sent them there to actually do the task. But when they decided amidst the movie to do this stupid side mission with these two people who are putting themselves at such jeopardy just to, like, Martin and the coyote are able to pull this mission off. Why did they need anybody? What was the whole point of this movie? It's just such a silly, stupid choice that they made that the more I've sat about it, I'm like, well, the whole movie was pointless. There was no rhyme or reason to anything we watched in the 2.5 hour time because Martin's goal was just to get the zombie head. And then he only needed her to do it. And she agreed very quickly. So why did they need anybody else to get into to go so far in? They could have literally stayed at the outskirts of time at the town, figured out a way to offer somebody else and get the girl zombie there, which they do. Figure out a way to trap her, take her, get the hell out, close up shop, and they're done. And they would have survived. They would have gotten the head, and everything would have done the wiser. Not pissed off the entire team who wanted vengeance, and then he gets off and gets eaten by the tiger because he doesn't have anyone helping him get out. He would have had help getting out. I mean, it just doesn't make any damn sense the more you think about it. Now, I know a lot of you like the movie, but I implore you and I beg of you, explain this plot hole to me in the comments down below because it makes no damn sense. Look, there were parts of this movie that were fun. There was some gore to this that was fun. I'm not going to deny it. I even like this idea of the alpha zombies, but it just shifts in the middle of the movie where you're just like, oh, God, you just made it so much harder for everybody. But then you realize, well, why didn't you even do that? Just tell them that's the goal. You're going to pay them twice as much, so then why kill themselves trying to get in a dumb vault that doesn't even matter when you can get the zombie head and then suddenly that's really what the mission's about. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't line up, Zach. I'm sorry. This was a weird choice you made. Now, look, this was such an easy fix because you do one or the other. You do the heist or you do the corporate trickery, right? Where we need the zombie head to get all what they don't know is that we're going to recreate super soldiers. Fine, whatever. Go do that cliche. I don't even care about that. But these are mercenaries. The coyote, who's a good person, agreed to do it. And then she realizes halfway through, oh, this isn't good, and then betrays him because no one's being honest with each other. If they had just given them money up front, sent the mercenaries in to do a mission, just like the ones in the beginning, everything would have been solved. And the movie still could have been cool. You could have had some more things happen. But then if that's your goal, then do that. It doesn't make any sense that they send him to and that's my other frustration in this movie. I wanted a zombie heist movie, and we didn't even really get it. No one got the money. Barely gets out at the end with Vanderhoof, but then he doesn't even get to live with it. Who knows what's going to happen? Zack Snyder's already saying that part 2 would follow suit of him going to Mexico City, and then he's like, the pitch is crazy. It would go all out. Okay, I mean, maybe if it gets dumb, fun, silly, gory, bloody, and Mexico gets overrun, that could be a fun sequel. Okay, but still, I don't understand why they didn't just give them the mission before they went in. Can you help explain it? I want to hear your thoughts. Did this annoy you too, or was it just me? I want to hear your thoughts down below on my theory about Army of the Dead. What's your opinion of the movie? Let's have a discussion down in the comments below. Let's try and solve this plot hole if you can. That's all I got for you tonight. Thanks so much for watching here on Popcorn Planet. Be sure to subscribe and check out my review of these other movies. Appreciate you guys.